It's nice to be above ground once more. The cool autumn air flows around Dusk, as does the fog. It is a full moon tonight, but little of that moon shines through the nearly ever-present fog that hangs over the megacity. Perhaps it's more than just fog, pollution, perhaps, from days gone by. Yet Dusk has seen the true pollution that threatens this world. Extra-dimensional beings drawn here, perhaps by the Cataclysm, or because they are the cause of it. Either way, Dusk will continue on her journey through an unknown wood, hoping to find a crossing, one that won't see her traveling deep through the megacity. And so it is. With that, we continue. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. No hope, where there is hope for beech trees and beech nuts, which are one of the only things that's really keeping Dusk fed nowadays. And we've probably got a lot of them to gather as we make our way through the woods here tonight. So as I'm making my way further south, we're going to be stopping by each of them to gather up as much as we can, because ideally, if we can find a cabin or something like that out here in the woods, we're going to spend a little bit of time studying. At least that is the ideal outcome of our evening here. When I say study, I mean studying our newly found ability. We are a teleporter now, among many other things. And right now, our path is going to take us along this stretch of woodland here, hoping that it's going to be woodland the whole way down here and that this river won't continue on. But I suppose we will see, won't we? Well, unfortunately, we fell asleep then as we were making our way through the woods. So we're going to have to go, get our lifting field back up and active. And we're also going to be having the electron overflow active as well, just so that our shooter's earplugs here can get a little bit more of a charge. But with that all done, we are going to continue on our way here. We did have a really good sleep, so we aren't actually feeling tired. It's just the narcolepsy kicking in. And it looks like we're finally maxed out on beech nuts. So we'll see if we can eat the remainder that are on the ground here. Okay, calorie-wise, we're feeling pretty good. Let's take Dawn back out. And we won't be doing any more harvesting. We're just going to be wandering through the dark. And yes, it is far darker because our dark sight is down. I think we're going to leave it that way for the moment. It doesn't look like this is forested here. It's just field. That's okay. It's still not big city. And that works pretty well for us. Ooh, interesting. We got ourselves an ambulance. Well, okay. It was active, it isn't any longer. And it's right at the edge of this road here. I am still tempted to check it out because it had enough charge to be on, at least for that period of time. But yeah, okay. No gasoline and no power left either. Still, we're going to have a look in the back of this thing. There's a blood draw kit in here. And okay, some extra painkillers. We'll take all of those. Okay, and it's a bit of a squeeze while we're in there. I think for a second we might have potentially been feeling cold. Yeah, interesting. Cold. We haven't felt that for a while. Now looking at the roads up ahead, they do get narrower, or at least this fielded area is more narrow, but I mean, we're still absolutely flying through here without any trouble. Ooh, I just heard an arrow. So we might be near a goblin encampment, worth us being aware of, and well, we're certainly not cold. Our arms are getting warm at the moment. Oh, yep. That's a rammed earth wall of a goblin encampment. Okay. Right, well, we're less interested in that. We'll try and just go around it for now. I don't think they're shooting at us, but goblins are going to be able to see really well at night, so better that we just avoid them for now, I think. And we have a woodland white here. I'm not surprised to see it, as we are in woodland now. And that's the area that we're going to be shooting for here, hoping that we don't hit river. If we do, we'll probably have to try and go down into the subway here, but let's hope that it doesn't come to that. And we got ourselves a zombie horse. It hasn't actually seen us yet, but it sounds like it's combating something in the dark. We can hear it stomping around right now. Let's just try and avoid it if we can, because they tend to run in herds. And I think we have hit a swamp here by the looks of things. We're seeing static skin frogs. Right, okay. I think we'll probably just start going just directly west now. Ooh, and it's raining. It's like a full-on rainstorm, actually, which is quite rare for us. Oh, okay, and that's water. That is a river, which, yeah, might mean that there isn't a crossing here. Now, one way that we can determine that very quickly is by trying to get someone's cell phone and downloading maps of the region. So that's what we're going to try and do here. Hello, friends. I do wonder if one of you might have what we need. Let's see here. None on you, unfortunately. Okay, what about you? Ah, a smartphone. And there's a little bit of charge in that, so we'll give that a shot. We're going to search for smart here. We're going to activate that, and we're going to check the system. Check map application. Wonderful. What do you got for us? A huge amount of information. Damn, that's just so useful. So that's the swamp that we just went past. There is a campground here, and we've got ourselves a little cabin at the edge of the woods there. So if we did want to try and spend some time studying, we could theoretically try and do it there. Here's the thing though, it's still quite close to the town, and every single time that we've tried to just stay somewhere and study, we've had some significant attention drawn our way. There's a Migo scout tower across the river, and we do have a riverside dwelling here. If we could find a riverside dwelling along this side, there's a chance that we might be able to find a working raft or canoe, but because this is no hope, most of the time, actually not most of the time, I think it's every time we find a vehicle, it's not going to be working. That's just the world in which we are living in. So, that being said, we may still be able to use the subway system to be able to get across to the other side here. At the very least, we should be able to get a map of what the subway looks like around here, so I think that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to start to try and make our way on over towards that subway entrance here. And honestly, easiest thing for us to do is just head back kind of along the way that we were just traveling. We'll turn safe mode on just to be safe, and we're just going to walk along until we are in line with that there. So we're going to take this road directly up from where we are at the moment. Looks like we've got another ambulance here, and it's pretty quiet tonight. We've got one zombie that's stumbling its way on over towards us. Very quickly take that thing down, and I don't think we're going to want to take anything from you. No, take out that crawling zombie. Oh, zombie goblin, no more. And yeah, if there is a denarian there, we'll find it, so I don't really need to be checking them. We can just walk over their bodies and we should be picking them up like that. We just picked up a denarius. Wonderful. So we do want to be a little cautious though. If we get overwhelmed, we don't want to be doing the auto pickup. And hey, look at that. We're almost already at the subway station. And we're outpacing a lot of the dead because of the speed ring that we've got on, and just in general how fast Dusk is. She's going to be able to move pretty quickly. Okay, we're going to grab the Stonington subway map and we're going to have a look down below here. I think we might finally be able to cash in some of these cards. Let's just get rid of this zombie child first of all, and the others that are here. Zombie goblins, zombie elves, among other things. And you know what? It's actually a little bit more than I want to be fighting at once, so we're going to let them come towards us. We're going to let the environment be our friend, because while Dusk is an absolute menace, an absolute monster, she can still become overwhelmed, and we don't want that to happen, do we? No, we do not. Okay, there's a small chance that there might be some things that we could use in here, but it's unlikely at this stage. So we'll just wander around the bodies. If there's a denarii there, we'll pick them up. And let's see if this is working or not. Okay, that's just the subway map. So the ATM is not working, and that ATM is not working either. That is unfortunate. That is okay. Let's have a look in here. Can we just open this door? We can. All right, lots of SD cards here. So we need to try and repair our existing smartphone or the ink tablet PC, whichever we're currently using. I believe it's the smartphone that we're using. So we want to make sure that we're keeping Dusk's shorted phone. We don't want to keep the other phones, really. And we've actually got 2 broken phones. Well, we could probably use the parts from one of them, right, to be able to repair the others. Is it worth us doing that now? Well, I think we'll probably still need solder to be able to repair them. We can have a look though, can't we? So let's activate our ever-burning torch. We're going to read... okay, I thought there might be a note, but no, I guess that's the character sheet that's all bloody. First of all, let's have a look at that subway map, huh? Stonington subway maps. Okay, we added that one there. Did we have another map? This is just saying there's 2 Stonington subway maps that we've got. Oh, it was the Ashburnham one as well. Okay, so we've done this. Let's have a look at the level down below us. Okay, it doesn't actually tell us, which that's kind of unfortunate. What it has done is tell us about a ton of different subway stations on the other side of the map. So that works out for us. Oh, and would you look at that? Huh. Was that revealed to us before? I don't know if it was, or if it was, I missed it. There is a bridge down here in Chester, which is a lot closer. However, we're up here in Stonington right now. If we could pop out by one of these subway stations, that would be cool. That would be great. So as long as it's heading west, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, before we go any further, let's have a look at our smartphone. So if we try and mend this, we're going to need solder, electronic scrap, and we're going to need some charge for our soldering iron, which we can put down our battery. We can connect it up just fine. It is just solder that we need. And right now we have a soldering iron, but we don't have any solder. We may be able to find some of that potentially just over here. So let's just extinguish our light. We're going to have a look and see what we have stashed in here. It doesn't look like much. A brick kiln. Okay, so down into the dark deep we go. And because this is the dark, I think we'll probably try and get our dark side active. Probably not going to worry about much else at the moment because we're not actively going to be trying to get into really, really big fights here. That may happen while we are making our way along here. I'm also thinking that going north is going to be the right call here. South could also potentially help us, but it could just take us down there. Actually, most of the stations are to the south, so let's go south. Oh, no, that's not an option, it would seem. Okay, that's fine. North it is then. All right, had a centipede have a go at us, and a strange bug. Oh, and there's a frickin' Shoggoth down here. Okay, let's give that thing some space. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to the east. So it may connect up with this subway route here, which that's really not going to help us out going to Starkborough. Yeah, we might just need to cut our losses here. You know what? I think that's the right call. We need to get back up to the surface. Now, we didn't invest too much time into this, so that's okay. It's good to know when to cut your losses and make a run for it. Back out into the night. We'll close that door behind them just to give them a bit of a hard time. 2 zombie predators, that can be a problem, but it's not a problem for Dusk. Let's get away from that big horde there. And, that's an interesting house because it is barricaded. It could have some interesting things, but we're probably just going to pass that by for now. That's a good-looking vehicle. It's an electric sports sedan. We're just going to kill this one here. Let's just have a quick look at it. 0% battery. If we put our battery into this, we could theoretically drive this car, apart from the fact that the controls are broken, so no, that's not an option. Wow, okay. I really just want to try and get back out of town here if we can. Let's see if that's going to be remotely possible. We're going to have to kill the zombie predator, or are we? We could be fast enough to beat it, but we don't have to be. Let's just stop, fight it, and we're going to go around this way. We're going to have to kill this zombie dwarf, and then we're just going to take the sidewalk down, and then just be nice and cautious. We've got our dark sight, so we have that as an advantage. We'll make the most of it. What is that? Dormant zombie corpse. Does that mean that's going to come back to life? Zombie raises from the ground. Well, that's cool, but did it? I don't know if I saw it do that. Anyway, that's new. That's new for No Hope to see a dormant corpse like that. I like it. Spooky. But we are away right now. That's the main thing. So, we could head down to Chester. It is still early in the night. Yes, that bridge is what we're going to be taking across here, though. But I'm looking... Well, obviously, there's that cabin up there. But I'm looking at this campground. That is somewhere that we could potentially just try and hang out for a little bit to do that study that I was talking about. So I think we're going to investigate it. Let's see if it's overrun, and if it isn't, we may be able to do something with it. We do have a zombie kit here, though, that we're going to have to put down. Creaming soda, that does sound nice. We could yell just to make a little bit of noise here, but I don't want to attract things if we can avoid it, because I feel like it's a inevitability that they're just going to show up here in great numbers. So if we can go without that for a little bit, that would be swell. Oh, no, we can hear something. Jumbo tree frog, not T-frog. It's a big frog. It doesn't seem like a danger, but its size is a concern. Well, it's not a concern to Dusk. That frog is no more. Okay, we'll just check down here by the loos, make sure that no one's hanging about, and that is a very damaged RV. Luxury RV. It's completely torn apart. We'll just see what they have in the glove compartment here, though. A cigar, of course. Luxury. I'd say that this campground looks like it's pretty clear at the moment. We've got a pot over there. Okay, so we really could take any of these, and it sounds like the worst of that storm has just passed by as well. I think we're going to take this tent that's on the outskirts here, and you know what? We're going to drag this out and around. Oh, it's a folding table. It can't fit through the door. So, take down folding table. Yes. Alright, let's haul it inside. Hopefully we can drag the chair inside. Camp chair. No, too big. Too big to fit into the tent. Can we take down the camp chair? Of course we can. That would make sense. It's camp equipment. Okay, alright, so now we're going to set this stuff up. I think we probably need to move it away from where we actually want to try and set it up. Okay, no, we don't want to take down the large tent, but we want to activate a few things. First of all, table. Folding table does not fit in any pockets. Okay, we need our hands clear. Alright. Let's get that folding table out. Ground sheet. Okay, you can't have the frickin' table in here. What about the chair? I just wanted somewhere for us to sit. Yep. Okay. Well, put that down there. Chair, please. Activate camp chair? No, the ground sheet's in the way. Of course it is. Of course it is. Well, let's imagine that we're sitting on a chair, because we totally can set this up in a tent. We're going to activate our ever-burning torch. We have light. Fantastic. Now, let's see. What can we practice? Jumping into here. Crystalline elixirs? I'm sorry? Recipes for mixing refined matrix crystal into water. Okay, that's something that we can get better at. Let's see. Yeah, there's a ton of different ones we can do here. We need to be able to refine the powder though, and I don't know how we refine it. Let's just do a quick search. Just search for refine. No, we can't do that. But interesting. Okay. Black dragon scale armors. That sounds like fun. We do already have quite a lot of armor. I've also seen some suggesting that we try to make some of the other magical weapons that are in here. Things like the Storm Shaper Hammer Axe, which, yeah, I gotta agree with you. It's reminiscent of Thor. It can do a lot. It can do a lot. The bash is fantastic. The cut is incredible. You do need to have a Storm Shaper Axe to begin with. You need some gold and whatnot, some copper. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, in actual fact. There's just so many potions here as well that we can make. And yeah, the Storm Shaper Axe is just a lot of copper. It's a lot of copper and a fair amount of time, but not a crazy amount of time. Bash is 21, cut is 42, but does it beat Dawn's cut of 54? It is hard to beat. Bash damage is very good, but the rapid strikes, the high blocking parry ability that we get as well. Also, I'm pretty sure that Dawn is unbreakable. It can stun and knock them back on a crit. It's hard to get better than that. And then having a look at the mythological weapons that we have here, they're all really quite good as well. The Staff of Loki, it's a good mix between cut and bash there. I think the thing to look for, more than anything, is typical damage per second versus the various different targets. So, versus armored, with the Storm Shaper Hammer Axe, we're looking at 12.25, which is good. And the best damage that we could get in general is about 29. Whereas when we look at Dawn, we're looking at 51 and 26. And of course, Dawn is just a mithril longsword. but it's very good. Mithril, it's hard to beat, right? But that's not what we should be focusing on here. That stuff is all very cool. It's the practice that we want to have a look at here, and specifically contemplation teleportation. All we need is the strange black crystal to be able to meditate these things here. So I'm thinking Blink is going to be the most important one for us. We want to get Stutter Step up as well, but Blink, that's what we want to start contemplating. Okay, you are now proficient in concentration, beginner. We're going to stop meditating for a moment here. Actually, should we continue? No, we will stop because it's just a crafting thing, so we can start meditating again whenever, if we actually search for in progress. Okay, it's not there, so I was wrong. But proficient in concentration, beginner. We've only just got that now, so I wonder if that's something that's new. Concentration, capable of holding the same thing in your mind even when sitting in an uncomfortable position or after skipping a meal. That's good. So hopefully that means just casting in general should be easier for us. Oh, our eyes are damp. Interesting. Also, nether attunement. We need to be careful. This is going to be pretty straining, and we also have a weakness in general that we're experiencing. Let's eat some beech nuts. Okay. That's a lot of beech nuts. I think we're okay. We've also got a ton of mana yet again. Oh yeah, in terms of attunement down the bottom, I guess we can see that there are interesting things going on with our attunement currently. But we're going to try and do that meditation once again, and we fall asleep. That's fine. I'm okay with us dropping concentration and everything else. Our torso encumbrance is a little high at the moment. Let's just investigate that and see what's going on. I think it's because Dawn is in its scabbard currently. I think, possibly. Either way, we're going to continue our study here. Actually, hang on. Before we do, let's have a look at our awakened teleporter ability here. Okay, so that's level 3 right now. And if we just change back to our regular casting, so take off the extended, and then we go to this here, only an 11% chance of failure. That's pretty good. Our focus is decent right now, so that'll obviously be helping as well, but I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously, Stutter Step will help us out a little as well, but we're just going to focus on getting this higher first. Oh, okay. Let's stop meditating. Yes, let's stop now. Okay, our claws just mutated. Stop meditating. So a few things there. Our radiation badge changed from yellow to orange, so we don't want to stay here for too much longer because we're irradiating the environment around us. While we might not necessarily be suffering those radiation effects just yet, it can be bad. We're going to eat a lot of food to begin with. We're also going to drink some tea as well. There we go. We've got some nice green tea. It's slightly caffeinated, so that is going to help us out. We're just going to keep on refilling that endless pot for now. All right. Nice and hydrated. Excellent. That's good. But yeah, our gnarled claws just turned into regular claws. That's interesting. Yeah, just regular claws. Huh. So we can wear gloves now. Damn, those fire fist things we could wear now. The ones that we left back at one of the Forge of Wonders. We should also be able to put these rings back on. So Great Ring of Wizardry we'll put on, and the Ring of Speed we'll put on as well. Oh yeah, our nether attunement is up to 4 right now. Our control over our powers is rough, so we want to be careful with using that at the moment. But yeah, I think in general, our hands won't be as encumbered, maybe. I mean, I think because of distributed bark, yeah. That or the claws still. The claws do give us a little bit of encumbrance, a little bit of armor protection and whatnot, so yeah, okay. That's fine. It's minor encumbrance that we're dealing with right now. We were tired before, but we're not anymore because of the tea, so I think we're just going to continue meditating just after we have a look and see what kind of progress we've made. Okay, level 4. Very nice. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. We need to leave here. We need to leave this space. Greater Ring of Wizardry, we will take that back. Let's actually just make sure that we have the rings on the right hands. Okay, left and right. Okay, that's all good. Now, it's going to be a short little dash away from here over towards the next one. Yes, the sunlight is going to be irritating our skin. Look, we made it. We're fine. We're fine. We're not in that much pain from that. Let's get our stamina back here. We will take the rucksack off just because it's going to be weighing us down quite a bit. and we'll get back to that meditation. Damn, and our mana is just coming back so quickly. It's also because time is going by really fast as well. And I'm kind of tempted to stop meditating here. I guess it just depends like how long we want to kind of go for here. I definitely want to stay on top of our calories. And in saying that, we want to get up to like 10,000 calories. It's just a question if we want to stay here like overnight, because we haven't discovered any sleeping bags here, so we're not exactly going to have a comfortable sleep. There are some beds in the luxury RV that we could sleep in. It's a little exposed to the elements, but could be worse, I suppose. Let's meditate a little longer, huh? Shoot, I think our radiation badge just changed. Oh, shoot, yeah. No, we are actively throwing up now. Yes, stop meditating. Okay. We are suffering from radiation poisoning. No doubt about it. Okay, wow, our attunement is crazy right now as well. Okay, so before we do anything else, I mean, yet again, we're going to eat a little bit. Then we need to do the meditation that is going to ground us, right? Grounding meditation is what we're going to do. It's only 15 minutes. There we go. Okay, so we can see the attunement went down a little bit there. So let's do that again. That's a little bit further. Forked tongue? That's cool. Okay. Right, and yeah, we're kind of sweating it up in here at the moment. Okay, so let's see. Is that a positive and negative? Oh no, it's just here. Okay, your tongue is forked like that of a reptile. This has no effect except the fact that it's very fitting for how Dusk is appearing now. Okay, do we want to ground any further? Probably. Can we afford to though? Maybe less so. I mean, it would be better if we get closer to it being night. Oh, let's just continue the meditation that we're doing, okay? That's a little bit better. So the real question is here, are we... Oh, okay, it's easier to think now. I think as long as it's within the green, that's okay. Useful to have that identifier down the bottom there now. Okay, so we want to go into our awakened telekinetic and we want to go to our lifting field. There's only a 10% chance of failure right now, and this is just with the regular casting. So it's even better. You can't cast any of the spells you know. I debate that. It looks like we can just fine. But that's okay. We've got our lifting field active. Now let's go and insert the rucksack back into that. Okay, that's that. We're going to extinguish this. Right, radiation. Interesting. Okay, we're going to take some Prussian blue, and we're also going to take the potassium iodide tablets that we've got as well. We could take the Panaceas, but I don't think that we're too far gone there. The question is, what did we see? Radiation badge changes from orange to red. That is significant. It could also be that we got more irradiated than we thought when we were by that reactor yesterday, and we're seeing the effects of that now because Dusk would have already been irradiated and more of that is being released into the environment around her. I really hope that that isn't the case, but that may be part of what we're experiencing. Now, we have had serious radiation with Dusk before, and we have overcome that. How much more Prussian blue do we have? We've got an okay amount. I think we just need to keep taking that daily. Do we have instructions on the tablets here? Let's have a look at you. Capable of purging nuclear contaminants from the body if taken after radiation exposure. Okay, so I think we'll try and space them out if we can. But I think we need to get away from this spot because I think we have irradiated it too much. So going off of that, first of all, we'll delete that note. Is there anywhere that we'd want to stay around here? Not really. We could try and make it up towards the cabin. It's not a terrible plan, really. Honestly, I think it's probably the best one that we've got right now. So we're going to take our umbrella out. We're going to activate that thing. And let's just change over to Force Unarmed, just in case we are attacked by something like a dinosaur that we can see over towards the east, apparently. Alright, let's just go cautiously here. Oh, wow. Alright, we're seeing far further now. And that's the cabin. Okay, it looks pretty chill for the most part. Alright, we cracked into that. Let's get that closed. And no curtains, unfortunately, but the bedroom here might... No curtains at all. So, I guess into the bathroom we go. To get away from that sunlight. Yes, we can avoid the sunlight inside. That's generally okay. But yeah, I think we're just gonna have to wait until the sun sets. We will try and get some shut-eye here. But before we do, we might as well do some more meditation, right? Because we're here. Ever-burning torch, let's activate you. Do we want to have our lifting field up and active right now? Maybe not. I don't want to have it active while we're close to water. I don't want things to drop in there and potentially dissolve. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll just be cautious all the same. I think let's just go crouched here, be sitting down, and head back in and do a little bit more blink. Oh, and we fell asleep. So there goes that lifting field anyway. We will continue on. Oh, aha, here we go. Use of your powers has led to an insight. You can control your teleporting, traveling short distances without crossing the intervening space if you can figure out the proper technique. Stop meditating? Yes. Don't worry about this. It's just some rotten rose hips. But we've got a new power that we can learn. And the reason that we would have gotten that power is because this ability here made it to level 6. The range is now 11, which that's really cool. Stutter step, I feel like we want to try and get up as well, because being able to slow down a target can be crucial. But blink, my gosh, we're building Nightcrawler here. Big mutant lizard tree Nightcrawler. So, yeah. But let's have a look at that new ability anyway. Now, this kind of meditation can take us considerably longer. Phase. That sounds good. Travel short distances without crossing the intervening space. Maybe phasing through walls. I mean, just being able to blink anywhere, that's cool. But being able to specifically target without having to use mana, that's powerful. Do we commit to this now though? I think yes, and then we have a really big sleep afterwards. At least that's the plan. Now we need to hope that we don't accidentally fall asleep here. Our attunement to the nether isn't too crazy. We're hearing moaning. Stop meditating? No, we'll just ignore it. It's fine. It's only to the north. We're hearing groaning, growling. It's okay. Oh, and that didn't take all that long at all. Well, I say it didn't take all that long. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just used to things going incredibly slow because of thousands of breathers. But all the pieces have come together and we have unlocked phase. So let's have a look at phase here. So range 2, it's very small right now, but that will get way higher. Right now our focus is really high. This is why the failure chance is 6.6. By stepping for a moment into the void between dimensions, you can bypass a wall or walk from the ground to the roof of a house. Bam! That's great, that's fantastic, and yet again, it gives us the ability to choose between our stamina or our mana, which resource we want to spend in any given circumstance. In general, stamina, far easier to get back. But we also have a ton of mana as well, so we have that going for us. But right now, we need to sleep. So let's munch on some beech nuts. We are going to have some more tea. Maybe not the best thing for us to drink right before we go to sleep, but what are you going to do? Well, first of all, I was going to say we'll get our backpack, but no, I think we're just going to take out Dawn. We're going to extinguish our ever-burning torch, and we're going to find out what that groaning was, because we can't sleep here if there's going to be a ton of things around. Let's close that behind us. Now, it was to the north, so let's just see if we can track down what may have been making that noise, and if it's close enough that it might find us. Okay, to the west, we can see a firefighter zombie. Where? Okay, not to the west, directly south of us. Okay, all right, let's take that sucker down. Did you have any friends? Is there anyone else around here? We can just wait a little bit, see if anyone comes to investigate the noise. So far, so good. All right, it might have been just by itself. We gotta hope that that's the case, but we'll see. We know how quickly these things can change, right? Okay, so backpack, let's just go and drag you along the ground for now. This is where we're gonna try and sleep tonight, while further irradiating all of our belongings. More than likely, that's fine. We'll take some potassium iodide, we'll take some Prussian blue. Do we want to take some sleeping tablets here? I think maybe. Yeah, we'll take some sleeping tablets. Or just the one, really. And then we're going to try and get some shut-eye. Oh, let's turn off those earplugs, huh? Yeah. All right, okay, we're woken up at 11. It's too bright to sleep. That's actually kind of the perfect time for us to be waking up here. So let's eat some beech nuts and let's eat, or rather drink, some nice green tea. Yes, I would like to eat more things than just beech nuts, but this is the hand that fate has dealt us. Dusk, her need to eat is so high, and the fact that she's a freaking vegetarian as well has led us to this. We are experiencing weakness still, which I think might be coming from radiation more than anything. So let's take some more Prussian blue today. We'll take some more potassium iodide just in case we're taking environmental radiation from our own belongings. Which, hey, that is a possibility. Let's go haul. I'm really surprised that we were left alone all night, but here we are. And it is a new day, but I think we are going to stick to meditating a little bit further here. So specifically, I think concentrating on phase is going to be the way to do things. We will get that ever-burning torch active, which unfortunately doesn't fuel our need for fire. In saying that though, we can light a fire to fuel our need for fire. Let's just go over to the table here. We will keep smashing until destroyed. We're going to take that firewood here, hope that we didn't just draw the whole neighborhood on over to us, and we're going to go and start a fire. We happily light a fire. So our mood is good, our focus is great. We should be in a pretty good position to do some meditation now. So let's go crouched, go back into our practicing, and we are going to practice phase. Okay, and we fell asleep there. It is now 8:45 p.m. We've been meditating the entire day here. We did throw up a few times, which is a little concerning. It is a little concerning, I will say. We're going to have some more Prussian blue, some more potassium iodide. We don't feel like eating beech nuts right now. We could just be sick of eating beech nuts. But no, I don't think that's the case. I think it's potentially radiation related. Now, we do have the radiation scrubbing CBM that we can get installed as long as we make it to a lab that has anesthesia, because that's what we need. Or anesthetic, sorry. Man, we're having to drink a lot of green tea here. Oh, it's because we're throwing up. Okay, all right. Let's stop trying to just force that down us. We're feeling really warm at the moment. Maybe the radiation, just that nice little warmth. Let's check in on phase and see how far we have made it today. So, level 4. Not bad, not bad. The range is still 3, so it could be better. That's more than enough to be able to get through a wall though, or get onto the roof of something. So I think getting that higher will be the way to go. If we can get it to 6, we may unlock other powers potentially, and I'm tempted to push that tonight. However, have we seen our radiation badge change color? Let's just do a quick search here. We're going to search for no radiation. No radiation. Okay. I think we're okay. I mean, yes, we haven't been staying in one area for a long time. Not for a while. The constant nausea is, we no longer feel nauseous. Okay. Now we're going to smash down some tea. All right, we're feeling slaked. Let's hope that lasts. Now let's get back to it. Wow, time is just flying by right now. I think we're going to stop just before 3 in the morning because, oh, no. Okay, the radiation badge has changed color again. It's changed from red to black. That's not good. That's not good. That's very bad. Okay, there is some serious radiation going on here. There is some serious radiation going on. We have weakness. It's not severe. It started 2 days ago. I say that, but it's reduced our strength by 2 already. That is significant. Okay. So, wow. Our nether attunement is off the charts as well. Let's see where we're at here. Phase is at level 5. We are not that far away from being able to level this thing up. How much, if we channel phase, how much experience do we get? 45. I want to push it just a little bit further. It shouldn't take us that long to be able to get that experience. We're going to push just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. But maybe, how far do we have to go for the radiation to not affect us is the question. Do we need light to be able to practice this thing? Let's have a look. If we go to practice here, if we go phase, okay, we can craft in the dark. Doesn't say that we can't. Let's just go in where. the rucksack for now. We're not secretly carrying something, stupidly radioactive with us, right? Other than maybe our equipment. We just saw an acidic zombie briefly. That's concerning. And we're seeing a zapper now as well. Okay, over towards the west, so let's chill. Oh no, we're seeing that one up there. Okay, alright, let's draw out Dawn. Let's go take the sucker down real quick. Hello, goodbye. You got a smartphone on you. Could that give us any additional information? Kind of. It could tell us a little bit more about the east here. So let's activate it. Why not? Smartphone, let's check the system, map data. Awesome. And we're going to drop that again right away. Let's see. It did tell us a little bit more about the surrounding region. There is a cave over here. We've got some ponds, neat, and there's a crater as well. I was doing a thumbs up there, just so you know. Okay, so let's go put Dawn away. Let's move away from that body. Let's see if we can practice. And time is racing by once again. Shady zombie. All right, cool. We will deal with you. Let's draw that out. Kill that thing. Oh, we're still on force unarmed as well. Let's change that. We maybe want to go a little bit further away, just for safety's sake. And we're spotting a zombie horde over by this shrubbery as well, so we'll need to be wary of that. Let's delete that note. How close are we now? All right, just a little bit more. All right, we're going to stop here at 440, and we're going to check in. We're at moderate wariness at the moment. Our attunement is off the frickin' charts. Okay, we managed to get phase to 6 at the moment. We can see that at 26 focus, our chances of casting these still pretty high. Still pretty high. It's only 16% if we use the extended channeling, which, changes this from being 47 moons to like 16 seconds or something like that. So very much not worth it. Okay, right. Now we need to deal with the major threat that we're experiencing right now. Serious radiation poisoning. We're going to have some more Prussian blue. I don't think we're going to take any more of the potassium iodide tablets. We need a lab, and we may need to install that CBM. I don't think that we have a Geiger counter with us at all. No, it doesn't look like we do. Nope, because I would have deemed that to be unnecessary. In terms of the CBMs that we do have, we have our internal climate control, the teleportation unit, and the battery system. We have power storage and an integrated multi-tool. Is there anything spell-wise that could potentially help us? Well, Biomancer would be where it is at. Purgation of maladies. Vomit up any minor illness you may be suffering from, such as colds or flu. Yeah, cold or flu. Not severe radiation poisoning. Knit at the rent flesh sounds seriously cool, and I honestly do not remember us having that. Is that the minor cure wounds? I think it is, but I think it's just been renamed. Cause the target's wounds to writhe, the flesh to crawl back together, and their injuries to heal. Disturbing and painful, but effective. Okay, so it gives you a fair bit of pain, I'm assuming, but it does actually heal you. 900 mana, 3 seconds to cast, but again, not what we need. So I've got to say, it's a bit of a dangerous situation for us. The closest lab to us is very, very far away. It is actually back where all of this started, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember if we even had the ability in this lab to install CBMs. Because a radiation scrubber, that would do it. We could also find how bad the radiation poisoning is by potentially doing a blood analysis. We do have a much, much, much deeper lab over here, which actually that is the lab that we started in. Okay. Oh yeah, but we've got so much further to go before we even get close to there. That's why this is a bit of a problem. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking now. If this is potentially life-threatening, which I am of the belief that it is, I don't think we can afford to travel back the entire way in the way that I'm planning to do it. I don't know if the teleportation class can allow us to teleport that far, but if we make it back to one of the other labs, back in the opposite direction here, where we encountered many, many labs, many of which I'm sure have the capability to install CBMs. I mean, just looking around here, we discovered many of them. So we have options. Now, As for what Forge of Wonders will pop back to, I don't know, man. It could be at this stage, this one here, or it could have us going back to the ones that are all the way up towards the north. Either way, I don't think I can leave this on a cliffhanger. I think I need to make a decision right now. And with our environments becoming radiated around us, we've had the minor radioactivity for a long time. We have stayed in one place for a long time and we haven't seen that change over time. In saying that though, when we recently went and checked our blood at that lab, it was fine. It was okay. Now, theoretically, we could make it back to that lab to be able to use the machine that's in there to check our blood. There aren't any hospitals super close by where we could do that. I think we bite the bullet. I think we've got to go back. We need a way to deal with this radiation. I think it came from the place that we were in. And yes, this might be me being overly cautious, but with a character like Dusk, one that I've put nearly 200 hours of gameplay into, we can't afford to take risks with things like radiation. So with that, we're going to be heading back. So we need to make sure that we have everything. We've got Dawn with us right now. We're wearing our rucksack. That's good. We've got a return warp scroll. We don't want to do the return one. We want to do one of the Forge of Wonders warp scrolls. Where will we end up? And will they just straight up try to kill us? Let's see. Well, as ever, that's a concerning notification, but we are here. Where is here? Let's see. Okay, at the one that I was kind of hoping we were going to be at, Blood and Books. Okay. And you know what? They're going to have some new stuff for us. Hopefully, they will want to trade with us. The refugee center is right there. Our friends, the Exodi, are up to the northeast. They may be willing to help us. That may be the route that we go. If we can make it to the refugee center, if we can ask them if they have seen anything that the Exodi are searching for, or alternatively, our friend here, the Seer, that could do it. Because the Exodi, they can install bionics into our body. They can save our life. But all of this has got to be done pretty quick, because if we are as irradiated as I think we might be, time is against us. And oh boy, what a time we have had today. A lot of study. It's been a while since we've done it, and it's been even longer since we've focused on our mental powers, and I'm so glad that we're doing it once again. That concentration is really going to help us use those mental powers in combat once again. The days of Dusk flinging things against walls may have returned. And as for her ability as a teleporter, well, that could really spice up combat for us. Legionnaires, I ask you all, if you have enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.